If you're anything like me, you forget your reusable grocery bags in the back of your car, and then you come home with all of these bags, and they just stay under your sink, and then you don't know what to do with them. So I wanted to make a tutorial to show anyone that has the same problem how to make all of these bags and this one. So sorry. So in this video, we're gonna be making this wine bottle gift bag as well as this envelope. Before we get started, you're gonna need to quickly download the marking guide PDF for the measurements of each gift bag, and I'll link the PDF in the description. So the supplies you're going to need are Scotch tape, adhesive of some sort. Here I have rubber cement glue and Gorilla Glue. I have binder clips or sewing clips, a credit card or something similar. I'm using my IKEA family card, scissors, a hole puncher, a marking device, so I have a pencil, and then this really cool erasable pen from Pilot, twine or ribbon, or I use a scrap piece of fabric that I serged on either end. You'll see in the video. I have this Scotch paper tape, and then measuring tools. So here I have a quilter's ruler, a tape measure, and a regular ruler. You don't need all three, but it's nice to have, and honestly, you probably could just get away with using the ruler. Then you're also going to need a bunch of paper bags, and then if you want, some cardboard. And if I read through that way too fast for you, I have a complete list of the supplies you're going to need in my blog post, so I'll link that in the description. So I'm starting with this Market of Choice bag, and it has this cute garland holly print on it, which I am actually going to use for the outside of the bag. We're going to start by tearing off the handles and then moving on to tearing apart the bottom of the bag. And then you'll find the overlapping portion of the bag and cut the bag open. Then we're going to move on to making the markings. So you're going to cut the paper to 18.5 by 16 inches, and you need to save the leftover paper if you want to try and make an envelope after you make this wine bottle bag. If you haven't already, make sure you download the PDF marking guide. These lines are a guide for where you're going to fold to construct the actual bag. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm making the vertical markings first, and then the horizontal markings, and then the bottom of the bag markings. So when you are making the markings, you'll want to make sure that these are on the wrong side of the bag, so the side of the paper that's going to be on the inside of the bag. So I wanted the holly on the outside, and so I'm not doing the markings on that side. So we're gonna fold the bottom of the bag first, and we'll come back to that later. Make sure you fold all the vertical guides and then the horizontal guides. Glue the top of the bag down, and then trim the corners of the bag ever so slightly so they don't stick out. So flip the bag right side up, so the garland holly print should be facing up, and then create the permanent folds. You can use a credit card or something really similar to it to really crease these folds in. I'm using my IKEA family card. Hey, keep me with a light. We might have to reshoot this. Because I think I measured it wrong. just put it on the wrong crease. Because there's like the creases that the bag has in it. Yeah. Except for this part of the bag. Next, we're gonna glue the ends of the bag together. So once you put the glue down, just hold it in place with some binder clips and let it dry. And then you're going to enclose the bottom of the bag by folding the ends in so it looks like an envelope. It's easiest to tape these folds down as you crease them, and I think it's easier to just watch what I'm doing instead of me try to explain what I'm doing. So do that. So once I've folded the bottom of the bag, I just go in and tape the inside of the bag so that those flaps stay down. And yeah. Next, I'm gonna glue the flaps down to enclose the bottom of the bag. I just put a little bit of rubber cement glue down, and then I tape it using that Scotch paper tape. Yeah. And once I've taped the bottom of the bag, I just put in this candle to put some weight on it to make sure the glue sticks or stays or adheses, adhesive, whatever. So then here I am creating the cardboard reinforcement that's going to go in the bottom of the bag so that the wine bottle does not fall through the bottom of the bag. So you're going to want to glue or tape that inside, or I guess I didn't, but this is some wine from the winery that I'm a member at. It's Pinot Noir 2018 vintage. It's 13 inches tall, so it fits in the bag. And so now I'm going to show you how to gift wrap it. So what I do is I tape the sides so that the bag maintains that triangular shape. So I do that on each side, and then today. And then I take a piece of that Scotch paper tape that I have and then just tape it over the top. So once I finish taping the top together, I have this scrap piece of fabric that I serged on either end, and I am using it as a bow. So voila! Alternatively, you could use a hole punch to tie some twine at the top, like I did with that bag on the left. So next we are going to move on to the envelope. You're going to use the remaining paper from the wine bottle gift bag that we just finished making, and you're going to cut that piece of paper to 13 inches by 12 inches. And if you haven't already, download the PDF for the marking guide. The link is in the description. So again, these lines are a guide for where you'll fold to construct the bag. And you want to make these markings on the wrong side of the paper. Yeah. So what I'm doing here is just cutting out that 13 by 12 inch piece, and then I find that it's most helpful to tape the piece of paper down to the table when you're making the markings. So this one's fairly easy. There's just 4 lines really, and then you're gonna cut out the corners, and then I fold everything in, and then I slightly trim the corners so it looks more like an envelope, and then you're gonna glue this part down. Yep. Let's not wait for the grass to grow. Where's that from? Who said it? What movie?
Harry Potter.
Just watched it. Who said it? Stan Shunpike. Stan Shunpike. When he picks up Harry for the
Oh, yeah.
night bus. Duh.
Yeah, I know it's good.
And that's all, folks. I also made these other envelopes. Yay. I'm trying to like put this in like. So I just stuffed the bag to pretend like there was a present in there, and then now I am using this scrap piece of fabric ribbon again to finish wrapping the gift, and that's all. Boom. Done. Cute.